Hey guys, Riley Spanish here. In this video I have two packages I got from eBay auctions that I thought I would go through. I have had some feedback recently that somebody wanted me to, show collections I picked up. I've been buying a ton of eBay lots lately though, and kind of sifting through, selling stuff on TCG, filling in blank spots and sets I'm working on, which is mostly like EX era that I'm focused on right now, just because I'm missing the most from there. So a lot of just like vintage bulk lots. This first one is probably going to be the less exciting of the two, so we'll start with that. I just ripped open the edge to make sure it was in fact cards and not something else. But packaged well, just a couple nice big bricks of cards there. Packaged just how I would like it to be, kind of sandwiched between some top loaders and protected. None of this stuff is supposed to be like super minty, but I think the idea with this one is that it was just like pretty much all eras up through like XY maybe, because we've got a Slowbro Spirit Link and Fairy Garden on top. So what is it? XY Evolutions and Fates Collide, I think that one's from. And then on this side, some more modern bulk. There's a Rebel Clash card. Either way, though, it looked like it was mostly older stuff. I think I got this for like maybe 15, 20 bucks. So we'll see what all's in here. Some Diamond Pearl, Secret Wonders, Diamond Pearl. Something more modern, Crystal Guardians, Power Keepers. So a good amount of EX era stuff hopefully in the mix. Crystal Guardians, like I said, that's what I'm working on. Wouldn't mind seeing some, overlooked bulk cards from some of those sets too. A lot of really valuable, well, not really valuable, but surprisingly valuable trainer cards from like the Black, White, XY eras too. So if any of those are in there, won't be mad about that. Team Plasma Glalie there. A lot more modern than I'm, hoping to see, but Pal Pad, that's like $1 or $2 card there. A lot of the unknowns are worth a little bit. Bunch of weasels. But the second box, or the second package, which happens to be a box, much more excited about that one. So that one I'll slow roll through a little more. Looks to mostly be Diamond Pearl era stuff and newer. There's another EX era, Holon Phantoms. Little Mudkip from Crystal Guardians. Squirtle from Crystal Guardians. It's a World Champ Series. Windstorm from Crystal Guardians. I think that Rare Candy from Plasma Blast. And just make my way through these pretty quickly. So like I said, the next one is the one I'm really excited to get into. This just happened to show up on the same day, so I thought I'd go through them all together as one video. The Leap Delta Species versus Seeker. This card's like $4, actually. That's one of those bulk cards that I was saying is worth a surprising amount from Phantom Forces. I think they were in a lot of theme decks back then too, because every time I buy a bulk lot from like the XY era, it's always actually got a couple of those in them. But I put them on TCG Player. They sell pretty much instantaneously, or within 24 hours for the most part, and depending on condition, anywhere from like $3 to $5 a piece. Not too bad. Second stack from this lot, we've got Go-Goat from Breakthrough, Geodude from Flashfire, $200. Price tag on whatever was in that top loader before. Starly from Diamond Pearl, Quagsire from Secret Wonders. Not really missing many of the bulk cards, or hardly any of the bulk cards actually, from the Diamond and Pearl Platinum era sets. I'm missing a good chunk from some of the Heart Gold, Soul Silver ones, though. Regice, Totodile Delta Species. Looks like it's mostly the newer EX era sets if they're in their teammates. That one's like $1 to $1.50. So not too bad. Aeron from Holon Phantoms, Mareep Delta Species. You know, nothing huge in here. It's so far going through it without looking anything up. That Versus Seeker, definitely one of the best things I pulled. That Pokeball has seen better days. But hopefully fill in a couple blank spots in the binder. End up with, you know, maybe something, a couple cards to sell individually on my TCG Player store. And then other than that, you know, just kind of accumulate bulk. I usually separate it by era. It's a nice Pop Series 9 Weasel. I probably don't have that. I don't have a ton of the Pop Series cards filled in. But yeah, and then eventually I just, you know, sell like 1,000 cards at once as a bulk lot, but usually by era. So I'll do like mid-era being EX through Heart Gold, Soul Silver, do WotC era, and then modern stuff I try to sell locally just because I end up with so much of it. Damage Xerneas there. Double Rainbow Energy from Crystal Guardians. I don't think I have that. Probably a couple rare non-holos in the mix here too. Ooh, that is an unfortunate Snorlax there, because that's actually a cool card from Rising Rivals. It is just so chewed up. Hate to see that. And almost through the first package. There we go. Nothing too exciting. Definitely think that it is probably just about worth what I paid for it. Like I said, I think it was somewhere between like 15 and 20 bucks. But the second one is this whole box. It's a seller. I want to say they're called like Millennium Rose or something on eBay. And I try to get lucky and get some of their lots for, you know, a little bit less on auction. Some of the more slept on ones if I can, because they do go for hundreds of dollars sometimes, because every big lot they sell is about 600 cards in one of these card boxes, and they'll do either just like a normal lot, a lot of all trainers, but they'll do it by condition. So I'll get the heavily played and damaged lots for a little bit less, because those cards still have value, and a lot of times they're perfectly good for like binder cards. I'm just getting the packaging open so that I can flip the side with the shipping label backwards, so that I'm not posting my address or the address of the seller. Not that I think the seller is more like a business address or a PO box, but anyways, and they always throw in a really cool sticker. So here's an Umbreon that's like a mailman with the thank you there. The last one I got was an Eevee, but just a nice big stack of cards. I got this one for like 75 bucks, something like that. I want to say it was 75. I could be misremembering. It was definitely not more than 75. But I'm just going to take out a couple stacks, and we'll go through all of this, and I will go a little more slowly. Like I said, this is one of the heavily played / damage lots, but I've actually bought a few of these. And while some of them are really bad, it tends to be more like on, you know, cards that are still good for a binder where the back looks terrible or something. And I'm completely fine with that for the most part if it's for my personal collection. But yeah, let me grab a stack and start going through it right off the bat. Rare non-holos, some first edition, energy of course there, but all vintage, starting off with WotC in this pile. First edition Mantine. Got the War Turtle from base set, Good Rod from one of the HGSS sets. A couple Squirtles, Pidgeotto, Pidgeot. A lot of good stuff. Like, I end up doing really well on these. A Japanese card there. Brock's Dugtrio. Usually not a ton of Japanese cards in these lots, but sometimes they end up in there. More rare non-holos. Pokénav from Ruby Sapphire. Aerodactyl. Same mix of eras as the last thing, typically, like up through XY. But I don't know, it just tends to be a lot better. First edition base set Diglett there. That Togepi is a nice one. And here's something a little more recent. This Zebstrika from Black and White base. Mewtwo, Wizards of the Coast promo. Serperior, Samurott Hollows. Electabuzz, Flareon. Yeah, these lots are always killer. Try to get them. Sometimes they'll go for like $200-300. Here's a first edition. Oh, it's a foreign language one, a German one. Unfortunately, there. I was hoping it was an English first edition base. Vaporeon. Yeah, tons of rare non-holos. I mean, that's maybe like a tenth of the cards in here. Last time I got one that was all trainer cards, it ended up being, you know, tons of shadowless base set cards. Got the Moltres promo, shadowless Vulpix, Brock's Vulpix, Pikachu Watsy promo, Wartortle, shadowless Metapod, first edition base set Coughing, not a ton of EX era stuff in here, but a ton of good stuff. And you'll see, like, some of them are really bad, but for the most part, like, they're not terrible. They're not bad binder cards. Venomoth, Pinsir, bunch of non-holo rares. Those non-holo rares from Wizards of the Coast era sell really well for me too if I'm just flipping them on TCG. Obviously the goal is to get some stuff I'm missing out of these first and foremost, and then the rest kind of gets sold off. First edition base set Rattata. Metal Energy from Aquapolis. Rainbow Energy from Ruby Sapphire. Dark Machamp. Dark Dugtrio. First edition base set Porygon. Another Mewtwo promo. Fossil Haunter, Mew promo, Dark Hypno. Boost Energy from EX Deoxys, another Mew promo. Like, nothing in here that individually is worth a crazy amount of money, but lots of good stuff. You know, lots of just little nice things. Diglett from base. I always check those Diglets. Sometimes the fighting energy is sideways on the picture, and that's worth a little more being an error. Item Finder is, depending on condition, up to like $7 to $10 if they're near mint, but you know, in a rough condition, like maybe like $4. This one is not a shadowless. Tangela shadowless though. Couple Miltanks. Always check your Krabbies for the slash error too. Very unlikely you'll run into one just on accident, but it happens. I did get a different error on a Krabby once, and I believe it sold for around $150. Just some sort of like repeating printing error. Shadowless Farfetch, the Dragonite movie promo. Cleffa, Clefable, Wigglytuff. There should be a couple hollows in the mix in here too. I did already go through the black and white hollows, but in the picture I do remember there was an ancient Mew. I don't remember everything that was in it, but there was definitely an ancient Mew. Another Mewtwo promo, another Dragonite promo, Mew promo, Pikachu promo, Marill promo, Electabuzz. I love the old WotC promos. First edition Dark Golbat. Couple really chewed up ones. Mr. Mime, nice crease through him. Kabutops. Is that a, yeah, first edition base set Switch, and that one is in English. Articuno promo. First edition base cards are not cheap either. I mean, in beat up condition, they're like $3 or $4 a piece, but to try to make a whole set of all the bulk that way would be very expensive. Got a Scizor from Neo Discovery, a what is this, Dark Explorers Venusaur. This is not the normal holo pattern, so that must be like a theme deck or promo version with the Cosmos foil, but that's still cool. Breeder, energy removal. Oh, here we go. Destroyed, couple of destroyed Ninetales, an Ancient Mew card. Mewtwo, Shadowless Bulbasaur, Shadowless Ivysaur, first edition Shadowless Ghastly, first edition Abra, World Champs Banette EX, a first edition base set Psychic Energy and Pidgey, Shadowless Pidgeotto. Got Snorlax. Rocket Snorlax is a great card to hit in here. Dark Wiggly. But yeah, lots of non-holo rares in this. Yeah, which are all great to have inventory-wise for me. And some of these cards aren't even like, you know, that bad. Like this Mareep, for example. Like, it's got like a little bit of like a bend to it, but these are cards you'd never see if you were going to make a binder lot or, you know, try to fill in binders. I mean, I have most of these sets, all the bulk cards at least, complete, but this would be a good way to do it if I could, you know, go back and assemble those binders once again. Just buy these giant lots. I'm after a couple more. I mean, they're constantly cycling through these lots on eBay though, so hopefully get a few more. I'll do videos like these of them as I win them, but they are highly, I don't know, highly contested. I'll bid on one and, you know, raise it by a lot right at the end, and somebody will come in with, you know, 1 second left and beat me, and that's just the way eBay goes. Especially with something where there's a bunch of watchers. You know, other people just sitting on their phones until the very last second. That Jigglypuff is worth a couple bucks. Dark Jolteon, Flareon, Dragonair. Dark Vaporeon, Dark Hypno. And this Broxonix is a rare as well. Koga's Muck. Some more of those rare non-holos in the mix. Probably 2 more handfuls here. Beedrill again. There's a Jungle Jolteon, Venomoth, Wigglytuff, Clefable. There's a first edition Switch again. Krabby. No error, no slash error. Not a first edition, but a shadowless. It has the 99 in the date. Otherwise, kind of hard to tell with base set trainer cards. Lieutenant Surge's Pikachu, Light Golduck. And last stack here. So not a lot from the eras that I was saying I need to fill in, but lots of good stuff nonetheless. All relatively beat up, of course, but I kind of like sifting through the trash for the treasure. That's sort of my favorite way to go about Pokemon cards, honestly. Always looking for the slash. It would be like a chunk missing out of the fossil set symbol, where it looks like something has like cut the symbol. Never found the slash error. The one I did have right there on the word length, I believe, it looks like almost like a distortion, like a water droplet on there. Got it in a random lot that I bought locally, and yeah, it was worth like $150. I posted it on Error Facebook group. Now that one was in pretty good condition. I don't think, one from a lot like this would be worth nearly as much. Blaine's Charmeleon. But it'd still be a cool find nonetheless. Base 2 Pikachu. And the last card is a Carp. Anyways, thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing. Stay tuned. I will do this as I buy more of these. I just didn't for the last few I bought because I kind of just didn't think about it. Opened them up, got too excited to check what was in them, but I will do more of them.